can have a lot of fun with a Croc.
Sure, so long as you're not one of these guys.
What?
Croc on the PlayStation was always a fair to middling 3D platformer, equal parts charming and frustrating due to the thing that has no business being anywhere near this genre: tank controls. It was manageable, but manageable isn't how I should be describing the controls in my mascot platformer. I'd rather they be fun and intuitive.
See you later, stinky.
Thankfully, the folks at Argonaut heard gamers' cries of "bullshit controls" and rose from their grave after 20 years of slumber, and the first word out of their mouth was Yazoo! Croc is back, baby, with modern amenities like a fun and intuitive control scheme, widescreen, crisp visuals that can be reverted back to the old textures with the push of a button, the Crocopedia, and well, we'll get to that later. What was once a game that had a certain appeal despite its frustrating controls now has the best of both worlds. Smooth, flowing movement that makes it a blast to play and also a cakewalk. Though you can still use the old controls with the D-pad if you're a weirdo who wears their underpants backwards. The new controls make speedrunning a not headache-inducing concept, which the game encourages by adding medals for good completion times. The gold medals are simple, just run straight to the exit. What confused me was the platinum times. This isn't like Crash Bandicoot where you get the crash dash after finishing the game. You can try squeezing as much speed as you can out of this little dude and you won't get a single platinum time. What you need is an old trick from the PS1 version. If it were Nintendo or Blizzard, the hover glitch would have been removed from the remaster faster than you can say unintended game mechanics. Argonaut said hold my beer, preserved it, and added speedrunning times that require the glitch to complete. By the way, I know Titanium Studios and Big Boat Interactive handled development of the remaster. Argonaut just rolls off the tongue better. Are you ready? There's nothing quite like crockin' and boppin' to this delightful soundtrack. Something this game always had going for it was great music, and lots of it. Levels are cut up into segmented rooms or areas, and each one hits you with a different tune. You'll often hear 7 to 10 different tracks just in one level. The highlight for me has always been the Rocky homage that is the fight with Flibby. I always take my time here to enjoy the vibes. This track is stupid good. Yeah, Flibby's my bitch! The constantly changing music keeps repetition from becoming an issue, and I'm sure there's some folks out there who don't like Croc's constant voice lines, but I could listen to Kaboof, Kersplat, and Wahey all day, any day. Let's talk about the Crocopedia. Imagine Mario 3D All-Stars if Nintendo actually gave a damn. What extras did you get in that game? Some soundtracks? Pitiful display, Nintendo. Here you get concept art, remixes, soundtracks, footage of developer test levels, concept docs for a TV series, the Japanese guidebook and commercial, the whole freaking design doc, interviews and photos of the team, and a bunch of merchandise, like shirts, backpacks, dumpy-looking plushies.
Is that a Croc coat?
And disposable cups from the Croctail Lounge launch party. Doom had some pretty wild parties for its releases, but it never had the Croctail Lounge. Scrolling through these extras really got me feeling the love that Argonaut had for this game. And they knew full well most people would just browse through this stuff once and never touch it again. But I appreciate them taking the time to show how much they cared about Croc. Sometimes just knowing a developer cares is all you need. This is a premium remaster for sure, but it's not a remake, which means all of Croc's old problems have come back to bite us like one of those Crocodile Dentist games. Like the title says, you gotta get those gobbos. But do you really? Most of them are easy to nab, it's the tedious ones that require finishing a long minigame or a particularly perilous platforming challenge that throw a wrench into the game design. Because you gotta get every gobbo if you want to unlock the final world, and frankly, I don't want to deal with all that. And if you do, well then you'd better get them all on your first visit to a level, because they all come back on return trips. No transparency effect like in Mario 64 to show if you've already gotten one. It creates this all or nothing mentality where a good 75% of the content is pointless unless you're willing to be a completionist. My first playthrough took around 2.5 hours, and that could have been cut way down if I just ran to the exits and ignored all the collectibles, which hey, I'm kinda okay with. Stopping to butt stomp every box slows you down something fierce, and there's more boxes in this game than Tomb Raider. I don't know why you can't just tail smack them and move on. The bosses could not be more basic. The hard part is walking that fine line between tail smacking range and their vaguely defined hurt boxes. Their attacks are rarely anything to worry about. You're way more likely to take hits from walking straight into them. Call me Blind Melon because I'm about to complain that there's no rain in World 4's level select. One improvement that kinda became a bit of a curse is the lightning fast load times. No more watching Croc waddle across a void like he's taking a leisurely stroll to the convenience store for a drumstick. It's now so fast that when I spawned into these ghost chase bonus areas, I'd immediately run off the edge. I don't know why this wasn't identified as an issue when the fix is so simple. Just spawn me in facing away from the cliff. I'm lucky I never got a game over doing this. Lives can be kinda hard to come by. This is the easiest Croc has ever played, but death can still come for you at the blink of an eye. And then there's that price tag. 30 smackaroos is a tall ask for a game that, let's face it, is only going to keep you occupied for around 5 hours max. Not counting return playthroughs, which with how easy this is to pick up and play, I can totally see myself doing. Honestly, I was going to wait for a sale before the folks at Argonaut sent me a key for review. If you saw my Treasures of the Deep vid, then you know I have a soft spot for Croc. But even still, $30 seems like a price aimed at only the enthusiasts and hardcore fans. You see that kind of pricing for a lot of shmups these days. $35 for Battle Greg, anyone? This is a good game, but you know what other 3D platformers are $30 right now? Pac-Man World 2 Repack, which is a proper remake, and Yuka Replayly, which apparently is actually good this time. You can have fun with a Croc for around 10 or 15 bucks, which is actually what I paid for this on eBay last year. Please leave a like if you like my style, and I'll see you next time.
Is that a Croc coat?